Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing good. I'm having a pretty good day. My daughter in law has been talking to me, which I really appreciate. Like I said, I never wanted there to be any rift between us anyway. So I prayed hard about that, and it's been answered. I mean, she's been keeping me apprised of what's going on with my son. He's not doing too well, but and giving me the ability to keep in contact with my granddaughters, which is cool. And like I've told you all before, I love her too, so I don't want to be distant. I don't want her to be out of my life either. So that's good news for me. Makes me feel better. It doesn't help my heart that my son's not doing well, and I don't know about the other one, but at least part of my heart feels a little bit better. So I took it's over 40 degrees today, and I have a bunch of eggs we haven't been eating, so I took 14 of them and scrambled them up, and I had little pieces of rib steak. I didn't eat the whole thing last night, and cut it up really tiny and threw that in there and took it out to my kitties. So they have crunchies too, but I just made them scrambled eggs and steak. And they really enjoyed that. And they've been outside playing today and just having a good day. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. I was thinking a lot about people that are like, oh, 45, 40, after 40, approaching 50 in that age range. Um, you've been working hard a lot of your life now for a couple decades or more, and you really have to learn to pace yourself or you're going to drop and get sick. So, and I didn't do that. I wasn't allowed to pace myself, and I ended up having a stroke. So, this is me, you know, over 10 years ago. But this is me after having Bell's palsy and not being able to talk. This is me now being able to talk by the grace of God. So this be careful, and a lot my allergies and being poisoned by gas in our house with the wrong fittings they put on, all of that played a part on my having that stroke, and people I was around that didn't care about me. And that's a big one to watch out for, because, every little thing that hurts your heart, I mean, you can't help what hurts your heart, you know. Um, it's a really big deal, watching your diet. And that's another thing that I wasn't really doing to the best of my ability because I didn't know all the allergies I had at that time. It wasn't until I got really, really sick and then I started seeking medical care in the Mayo Clinic so I could get the best care that was available. And they still didn't give me all what I needed, but that's okay. That's that to me was to be expected. It's like the times I was had operations and they didn't give me enough anesthesia, or um, almost let me die from lack of air, or different things they would do to me. Literally injured me, um, and almost killed me several times. And that's really the truth. But here I still am. And I thank God for that. I really do. I try to remember that when I'm having my down days, but still, even on my down days, they can't keep me entirely down. So that's Oh, I was listening to Israel News Live. I'm partway into him reading some of the Dead Sea Scrolls, which I know are baloney, and going back into the book of Numbers and talking about giants and stuff, and how Satan was cast into the sea, and Leviathan, the female monster, was cast into the inner sea, and how they can possess people and stuff, but they take it too literal. They're not thinking, and it's a spiritual war. They're not thinking the fact that we are called the sea. Satan was cast into human beings to learn that as an angel, he had it made in the shade, and he did not appreciate that. And he thought he could kill God and boss God around, and God said, "Oh, well, here you go, baby. Try being an infant and see how you like them apples for 1,000 years." And people think that his reign is up and coming. That's already been done. All these things biblically have already been done. Christ is in our hearts. He lives through us. Is there one man, I think, that is the Christ? Yeah, yeah, I believe there is, and that we'll see our King. I believe I will before I leave this earth. But people do take things too literal. Like I say, cast into the sea and whatever. That's us. That's and the woman would be buried deep within the sea. That just means a small, small spot in a woman that isn't so nice like a human woman would be. That's a part of what we carry, trying to clean her up, you know. So that's my every woman on this planet right now, we have too much testosterone because of Satan and her playing with our genetics, and it's not the way we're supposed to be, and we're here cleaning it up. That's the long and the short of it. If you say, think for instance, um like in heaven there was the mother and the father and the baby, the Trinity, and down here they have the mother, the father, and the baby. Their baby, the Trinity, is the women being more men like and the men being more feminine. So there's two women here and one man, and up above there's one man, two women, you know. But okay, well, anyway, don't know where I was going with that, but that's my thoughts on that right now. And I don't believe in reptilians. I believe in crappy people or not crappy people. I don't believe in giants. I believe in people that are strong and sound of mind and body and will, and those that aren't. And I know that there's a lot of things that they're going to fake and try and make. People are people, you know, and the diseases we have in us and the things that Satan's blood that got stronger and still tried to boss God around through his people. That's how they do that, you know, trying to keep us sick, sick at heart, sick mentally and physically and every way. You know, that's how they possess people. They can't physically possess another human being. It's just like if you can hear me thinking, that doesn't mean I possess you. That just means that the molecules of me that we share in common as a human being can pick up on each other. We're all individual souls. They don't want us to be. They want us to control us within themselves, and that's never going to happen. There's just certain things that aren't going to happen. They say the Antichrist is going to rise before Christ. He already did. It's very obvious this world is a mess, you know, and it's up to us to help clean it up, you know. Creeps, they're creeps. And people that enjoy any kind of creepy lifestyle, you know, I I despise you. How's that? I mean it. I tell it to your face. If you're listening to me, come and meet me. I'll tell you to your face. I'm not afraid of anything these creeps do. In fact, I have more power through God than they do. And they know that. They should fear. Well, they do fear. They just pretend that they don't. That's all they can do is pretend. Because I'll tell you what, I've come up against these monsters, and when I make a move towards them, they back up. I wonder why that is. Would something within my soul bring fear upon them? Yeah. Wonder what that could be. So, yep, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. But I feel sorry for the people that take things in the Bible so literal and forget that it is a spiritual thing. You know, um, one thing Stephen Benoon said that I agree with is that not that about Nibiru or Planet X or anything uh, being was a more of a was a spiritual war, and he believes that happened back in Christ's time. So do I, and I believe a lot of the damage that was done on the earth was done by the people warring back in those times, trying to destroy the Christ blood like they always do. So this, like I say, the Bible's been played over and over and over again. The There's just one, I do believe, trumpet to sound, and that's the day, and that's the only thing we're waiting on. I believe God gave these people, and I do mean people, time to get their ducks in a row, and there's going to be a day when he's going to say, okay, I, your time is short. He tells them all in their hearts. There's no surprises. It's not like, oh, that poor person, they didn't even have a chance. No, they've had thousands of years, thousands. So, yeah, it just, I, I, I feel sorry for the people that really do take the Bible more literally. And why do we need to wait for anything? We have God within our hearts. Christ is in our hearts. We're the people that have to talk to each other and organize ourselves against these monsters that are in our midst, in the sea, with us. It's like God buried them down deep so they'd have time to stand up straight, you know? So just to see their true character and give them a chance. They can't say they haven't had their chances because they sure have. So maybe people will realize that the spiritual war has never ended and Satan has been loose to um, try and sway people's better judgments. And that's how they do possess people. But it's only their own kind. If people are that low of character, they're truly a part of that whole big thing. And I say no worries, it's like when they die off, their time is done, you know, and there is a place for them, you know. From what I understand, it's like I said to Doug, he's very much like his mother. Um, I loved her. She was truly an annoying woman. Um, in more ways than I could even describe. And I told him hell would be listening to your mother every day for the rest of your existence. Just pick like one thing that is so horrible to you that you couldn't even fathom wanting to be around it one more time, and that would be your hell. That's what these people's hell are. They don't really like each other. They don't like anybody. They just want to control everything so they can have the luxuries that this world has to offer. They won't have those luxuries, and all they'll have is each other forever. They won't have music and flowers and fresh air and all the things that, all the gifts we have. So that's a little more than opinion. That's some insight for them. So, and I don't care. I really don't. I've had enough of these monsters on this planet pretending and swaying people's better judgment to call them reptilians when all they are is filthy human beings trying to control other ones. Murder, maim, destroy, rape, all the horrible things. Yeah, that type of stuff. We wouldn't like to think that those type of things are true, but they are, you know. People that really, really teach their children oddities, um, weird ways to conduct their lives that a normal human parent would not do. You just wouldn't. There's no excuse for it. And God's certainly not letting anybody take and make excuses for them. And when I see that, I'm like, nope, 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 not happening. Try it somewhere else. Try it with them. They like that stuff. In fact, move in with them. They like that stuff. you know. So then I was a little disappointed because I'm not going to name the name of the channel, but I really do like kind of hanging around over there. And he's like this is a crowd-funded reality, and well, that's nice. This part of the crowd has zero money in her purse. Not well, I might have I have some change, you know. Um, I guess that's chump change in that world. And yeah, I guess you got to remind people to give you money when that's how you make your living. But don't we all want to make a living? And I just wanted to hang with like minded people. So being reminded that because I'm poor, basically, you better not say hi to me because I'm not going to throw a couple $100 on the screen for you to praise my name. And you know what? Even with that extreme, and this is what I was thinking. The dude's an artist, and I've been thinking recently, actually more than recently, that I'd like to have him do some personalized art, like on some T-shirts, just that I could have or give it as gifts or something. But even with that, after he said that, and he hasn't said it as much as he used to, but it's like even with that, it made me not want to. So now I'm just back to where um, if people deserve to make it in their lives, God bless them and their journey. If they don't, well, then it's in his hands too. And I truly, truly believe that. I want everybody that deserves to be blessed to be blessed. And the ones that don't. Doesn't matter how much insight or how much you say you love people if you truly don't display that, you know. So that's how I feel about it. And I'm sticking to it, you know. Now, there's people that do deserve to have things in life and comforts, and they don't have those things and comforts. There's people that have family members around them that um, are totally trying to destroy their lives and tear them apart because they have God in their heart. I'm not too close to any of that because I have my hands full just right where I'm at, and they don't really care anyway. So if you find yourself in that situation that they really don't care anyway, take care of yourself first and start saying no. They don't like you anyway, so it's not going to get any worse. It can't get worse. It can only make you better. And it is sad and it is difficult, but it's necessary sometimes, you know? So, and I can see the looks on people's faces or even hear them electronically, your struggles that you're going through. I know you are, you know? You can't even turn sideways and try and talk about God around the demon seed, you know, that the people of God are being watched by constantly to try and sway our better judgment and our willpower, our God given will that we have, you know. May His will be done, not theirs. And they don't carry that in them. They don't want it. You know, it's simple. This is division time. There's a lot of people think it's coming together. It's coming together of the good ones, and so are they. Bye. Enjoy the ride. Did you enjoy the depths of the sea? Good. You'll have those memories of what a real human was, you demon bastards. Yeah, and that's how I feel about that. So, yeah, I'm not one to really mince my words, am I? Like chop them up in tiny pieces and space them around, or pretend like I don't know what the depths of the sea means, or what a giant of a man, or whatever, what that really truly means. It's like, oh yeah, like somebody, like, I'm 50 some years old and I've read the Bible in Greek and Hebrew and everything else, and I really can't tell you the true meaning of the depths of the sea. Huh. Well, buddy, guess you need to find out, eh? Because there are some human beings that have not, they haven't denied the word, the name, God's name, but they're not ready to really represent, you know. They think they are, but they're not. Because in this reason why, in this one in particular, is because his wife is of the Slavic bloodline that carries the true demonic spirit, and he doesn't want to do anything to go against what would make his life a living hell. So he's riding the fence. He's lukewarm. And those are the ones that I really detest. I don't hate him, but he's going to have to do it all over again till he gets it right. You know, that's what's going to happen to those ones. You know, that's why Christ comes to this planet to help these ones that are on the fence, not the demons, the fence riders. You know, you idiots. You know, no offense. If some of you are watching me, I wish you the best of luck. Really, you know, and the true sweethearts out there, none of what I'm talking about has anything to do with you aside from I know you're being attacked and I'm here talking to you because I know what it feels like. And I'm pretty darn strong. So, yeah. You know what? There's posts like the best thing in the world is like a hug or whatever. Yeah, it can be, but not really. I'm not kind of like that. It's like Satan tried to use my family against me. Like um, even talking to my granddaughters, that would be more for them than it would be for myself. I'm not clingy like that with anybody. I never really have been. Um, I like people, and I want to be around them. It's just not something that I have to have because I really never have. But when I do, I enjoy it. But it's just, it's not like some people are really big on being around their families and stuff. Well, I don't know what that's like, so I only can do me, you know. So like hugs are cool and everything. It's like I had this one great nephew. I won't name names because he may watch this someday, and he's a big bad football player now, so I don't want to embarrass him. But like, he kept hugging me, and because I looked like his grandma, and it's like, and it, and um, it's like, yeah, I'll hug you, but I just kind of wasn't as huggy as that, you know. But I don't know. I can be affectionate. I used to be super affectionate. I think I got it beat out of me, you know. It's like if people try to touch my head or something, I'll probably smack them. It's like I was listening to this Christina Lepore. She's called Trauma Queen over on Facebook, and she's friends with Ice T and stuff, and they're like truly against trauma and spousal abuse and that type of thing. And she got on there yesterday and she was telling about how she thought she saw her sister at the hospital. She was getting a cup of coffee and she seen a gal that had kind of like ash colored bob and a puffy black jacket, and she went up behind the gal and she goosed her on both sides. And the woman's name, her sister's name is Maureen. And I asked her, well, what did your sister, or what did she do? What did the woman do? It wasn't her sister. And she's just like cracking up about it. And that is funny. Just listening to her tell the story it made me laugh because that might be something I'd kind of do, but you know. But if I had it done to me, I probably would have like flipped around or something. I'm just, I don't like being startled. I guess is what maybe not. I might be able to deal with it, especially out in public. But if it happened like in my house or something, I don't know. I don't know. But I don't really trust anybody because I've had like even like smack me in my temple, and I didn't expect it. And that could have had a lot to do with my stroke too. So it's like I have to be really careful. I can't let anybody just try and touch and do whatever they want to me because it's dangerous. You know, I've literally had ribs broken and my jaw so messed up. Like I was hit so hard on this side, it broke it over here, and it broke all these teeth right here. And it's like, so I'm like super. If I look a little sad sometimes, yeah, I've had some pretty, and I could go on, but I mean, those are just some, really major crises, you know. So that caused infection, um, and I had to have teeth removed, and I had perfectly beautiful teeth. Not, I had like 3 fillings. That's it. Nothing wrong because I always took very good care of very good hygiene. You know. So, yeah, it's a really big deal to me being touched, you know, and a person would have to really merit that, you know. I'm not just like I'm gonna go hugging every Tom, Dick, and Harry, or you know, just I just don't, you know. It's just when I was a baby too, they'd try and put me on people's laps, and my oldest son was like that too. It's like just don't fence me in. If you asked them, that's a different story, you know. But people just trying to grab you, it's like that's not cool. Even if you're little, you just don't go grabbing little people. That's not neat. Anyway, everybody's different. Don't we all have our stories? So, well, I'm going to let you go. I just, like usual, wanted to say hello and try and ease some of your troubles and pinpoint some of the funky stuff going out around in the internet and why the reason why, because they don't want to be tortured. Well, maybe am I getting tortured for every man that is a pussy? Well, kind of seems like it, but I can't prove it. So whatever, I just said it, didn't I? Okay, everybody, peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Thank you for joining me. I love you. I even love the bad ones. I just can't stand to be around them. You know, I forgive all these creeps. It's just, I don't carry hate in my heart. I just don't like them and I don't want it around me. I'll talk to you soon.